In the medieval tapestry of the Middle East, few figures cast a shadow as long and formidable as Saladin, the Sultan of Egypt and Syria. Born in 1137 in Tikrit, Saladin was a Kurd who rose through the ranks of the Islamic world on the winds of change and ambition. As a young man, he served under the command of his uncle, Shirkuh, a prominent military leader, in the service of Nur ad-Din, the Zengid ruler of Syria. Saladin's journey to power began in Egypt. It was a land fraught with political instability where the Fatimid Caliphate was in its death throes. Tasked by Nur ad-Din to establish a Sunni rule and oust the Shia Fatimids, Saladin and his uncle set out on a campaign that would eventually lead Saladin to establish himself as the vizier of Egypt. His uncle's death soon after left him as the de facto ruler, and over time, Saladin consolidated his power, eventually extinguishing the Fatimid dynasty and proclaiming allegiance to the Sunni Abbasid Caliphate. The unification of Egypt under Saladin was just the beginning. His vision extended to Syria, where fragmented states and constant bickering among Muslim leaders weakened their ability to defend against external threats, particularly from the Crusader states established along the coastline. Saladin's military campaigns in Syria were marked by strategic brilliance and an uncanny ability to forge alliances. By 1174, after the death of Nur ad-Din, Saladin swiftly moved to secure Damascus and other key cities, eventually proclaiming himself the Sultan. His rule emphasized justice and the welfare of his subjects, earning him respect both from his allies and adversaries. However, the growing threat from the Latin Kingdom of Jerusalem prompted Saladin to prepare for a conflict that was inevitable. The fragile truce with the kingdom was broken, and the stage was set for one of history's most famous battles. In July 1187, the fate of the Holy Land hung in the balance at the Horns of Hattin. Saladin had skillfully maneuvered the Crusader forces into a vulnerable position near Tiberias. The Crusaders, suffering from thirst and exhaustion in the scorching summer heat, were decisively defeated by Saladin's forces. The victory at Hattin was a masterclass in military tactics and psychological warfare, leading to the capture of the True Cross, a revered Christian relic, and King Guy of Jerusalem. This monumental victory opened the way for Saladin to recapture Jerusalem, a city lost to the Muslims since the First Crusade. The siege of Jerusalem was relatively short, marked by negotiations that eventually led to the peaceful surrender of the city. Saladin's chivalrous conduct during the siege and his mercy towards the city's inhabitants earned him a legendary status among both Muslims and Christians. The fall of Jerusalem shocked the Christian world and led to the launch of the Third Crusade, led by figures such as Richard the Lionheart of England. The ensuing battles between Richard and Saladin were fierce and grueling, with neither side gaining a decisive advantage. The respect between these two warriors grew, even amidst conflict, leading to the Treaty of Ramla in 1192, which allowed Christians pilgrimages to Jerusalem but kept the city under Muslim control. Saladin died in 1193, not long after the treaty. His legacy, however, lived on. He was remembered not only as a conqueror, but also as a benevolent ruler who emphasized the unity and dignity of the Islamic world. His reign was marked by significant administrative, economic, and military reforms that strengthened the regions he governed. Saladin's story is one of courage, diplomacy, and perseverance. His life and reign have been immortalized as a period when, through the fog of war and the complexities of human ambition, a leader emerged who could be both a fierce warrior and a bringer of peace. His narrative is a poignant reminder of the dualities of power and the enduring quest for understanding across cultures and religions. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to give a like, share, and subscribe to receive notification when we drop new content.